How are you going to buy a home in Palm Springs when you are somewhere else, somewhere across the country? Maybe you're up in New York and you're thinking to yourself, I'm freezing and I would love to have a home in Palm Springs where I can go snowbird, where I can, maybe I want it warm, but I don't want it humid. I want a nice dry climate. So I'm thinking East Coast in Florida. But because for me personally, I think I'd rather be in the dry. But anyway, I want to show you some of the things that I do for my remote buyers. And I want to start by showing you one of the videos that I shot recently for somebody who was out of the area. So I went and I met the listing agent. So he's in there real briefly here, but kind of you can see the kind of video, the kind of quality that you're going to see. And I've tried to shoot this a couple times and my internet has been a little bit slow. So I'm hoping that this doesn't happen, but this is really just my internet. So if it kind of is a little bit slow, that's why. It's not the video. It's just my current internet issue. But so I'm going to try to play this for you right now. Yep, there it goes.
The bougainvillea.
Well, you get the basic idea. I cannot seem to record this video and have this work for some weird reason. But I still feel like it was worth showing you because I think you can see some of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years to try to make sure that I'm recording in a wide angle screen and trying to make sure that the quality comes out. Again, the quality will be just fine as long as the internet's working. So I've tried to record this multiple times and I still think it's worth showing this to you, but yeah, just with some issues. But I'm going to stop that. And you know what I can do too, if you're ever interested and you want to get a copy of this, I can literally text you the link to this video or any of the other ones I've recorded, just so that you can take a look at it for yourself and you can see the kind of quality that you'll get and how I describe things. I've been doing this for many years now. And so a lot of the feedback that I've gotten is that people like the way that I will point out the good, the bad, the ugly, the mediocre. If I see that the pool decking needs to be replaced, I will take a picture of it and point it out to you. So I want you to feel like you're there. So that's item number one. Item number two is I want to show you when I've done some inspections in the past. So as an example, I have some clients who are looking to buy a home up in Idlewild. And this particular one did not go through. Somebody else bought it, but I was up there on a day that they couldn't be there. And so this would be a similar situation here. So let me just show you some of what I try to get while we're understanding. In this particular case, I was talking to somebody who was talking about the fire hardening because it's up in the mountains. And so that is a concern up there. So let me just kind of show you how that comes about. And one of the things that my client had said was that he felt like these particular videos, because I did several. I did termite, I did the fire hardening and the septic. One of the comments he made was like, man, Lisa, I feel like I was there. Like I didn't even have to leave my house. And yet I got all the benefits of being there during the inspection. So that was a very big compliment. And so I'm going to break my arm, pat myself on the back and share that with you. But here's how this would look if I can get him to play. Now, when we were done with that one, we ended up doing another video where we talked about here's a little bit more of the same conversation, basically. And hopefully at some point, I'm just going to have to bag this whole video. So you get the idea. So that is an example of some of the inspection videos that I've done. And you can see like this one here, I was talking to the septic guy. Also, when you're buying something with septic, I like to take a video of where the lids are because sometimes they get covered up. And then, you don't know where to have people go dig when they need to do a pumping. So I like to always show you like where it is in relation to the house. In this particular case, there was an issue inside one of the tanks. And so we did a video of that and the septic guy explaining what needed to be fixed on that. So there's an example of what happens during inspections when you can't be there as well. Another way that we can make this easy for you when you're out of the area is DocuSign. By now, I think most people are familiar with this, but Just in case you're not, I can give you a quick example of how that would work. So basically what I do is I'm going to send you something to sign. And so I'm going to actually show you right here how it works. So all I have to do is upload, and I'm just going to pick just any old thing off of my desktop. So I'm just going to pick, for instance, I'm going to pick my buyer's guide, and I'm going to upload this. I'm going to pretend like it's something that you actually have to sign. Also, it's something that I can send to you if you're so interested. I hadn't even thought about that. That was a good idea to put that in here. So what it would do is I'm going to send it to another email address that I do have some access to. So when I send this, so let's say that this is something, like I said, that you actually needed to sign. So I would come down and let's say it was a form and you just had to sign the end of it. So all I have to do on my end is to take a signature and have you sign here, date there, and I'm going to send it. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like when you get it. So on your end, this is what it's going to look like. I had to switch over on my screen so I could share with you a new. So a lot of you might already know what DocuSign is, but DocuSign is not familiar to everybody. So I just want to share with you how this would look. So this would be your email. So I have sent you something to sign. Now you saw how I put it together, and now I'm just going to review it. And I can do this with every single form that we have. There are only a few exceptions. And one of those is if you were going to be buying like property or something like that. But most of the time that's not going to happen. So here's how it would look. So I've sent this to you. You clicked on the part that said, hey, I want to sign this. Then all you have to do is click that you agree. You're going to continue. Now, if you hit start, it's going to push you all the way down so that you can sign it. But just so you know, you can always go slow. You can always stay here, read through the document at your leisure, and you're going to get a copy of it. As soon as you sign it, it shows up in your email and my email once it has been fully signed by everybody. So now let's say you've read through the document, you're fine with it, now you want to sign it. All you have to do is click start, or in this case, next, because I went back up. All you have to do is take your mouse, click it right there, pick your style, and I'm using this as an example. So it's not me, because it doesn't show you the right way if it's me signing it. So then I just hit finish, then it shows up. In fact, I even get, because I have everything on my phone, even get the DocuSign app tells me that you've signed in as well. So, and then it says, hey, if you would like to use storage or use your own DocuSign, obviously you don't need to do that. So there's an example of how this document. So those are a few of the main tips that I have for you. In addition, I had done a little post here in Facebook as well. And I thought that this also would be interesting for you. So, and if you're not following my business page, it is Lisa Angel Realtor. So this is what it looks like. And I do try to post a lot of things on there that would have some relevance for you. And that, much like I'm doing on YouTube, at least that's my goal. So hopefully, and then also if you ever have just questions, you can always put them in the comments here or on Facebook or wherever. And I do go through and answer them. So you can always do that as well. So if you're like, hey, I'd like to see this or learn more about that, I would love to actually hear that. It would really give me a good idea of what kind of content to make for you guys. So anyway, so I had done a post about it. So basically partnering with a local expert, hi. So leveraging virtual tours and technology. So that's basically what I was just going over there a second ago. Having a clear budget for extras, obviously. Some of the things that you want to consider if you're not living here full time, especially, is understanding some of the other fees that are going to happen when you have a home. And if for those of you who've had vacation homes before, you know the drill. But we have a lot of vacation homes in the valley. In fact, we have only 51% at last count. Only 51% of the people who own homes here in the Coachella Valley are full-time residents, barely over half. And it used to actually be slightly the other direction, which means we have a ton of vacation investment properties here in the Valley where people are not living here full time. So because of that, we have an unusually good environment for you to be able to own a home that is not in the area because we're already set up for it. So people like my friend Renee, who is a home concierge, and I will have her information in the description as well. But people like that are here for you. What she does, especially in the summer, right? Obviously, a lot of people just us desert rats hanging out here in the summertime. But so she will go to your house. She will flush the toilets. That's a thing that needs to be done. You'd be surprised how much this dry air actually sucks up any amount of humidity. Run the faucets. Make sure that nothing has broken or leaked. Make sure that nobody has broken in. Water plants as needed. Pick up your mail. Sometimes she'll pick up somebody at the airport and take them to the house. And before that, she'll find out if they want their fridge stocked. So we've got people that just handle that kind of stuff for you. Another example, lots of landscapers and pool people who are used to the fact that you are not going to be around and are perfectly capable of taking care of things without you there. In my neighborhood, we have front and backyard landscaping every week. So whether you're home or not, your house is going to get taken care of, which is a really nice thing that you don't have to worry about. So, and a lot of the people here, that's another thing that Renee would do too. Let's say somebody had left a package at your door and you said, oh gosh, that package was really supposed to go to my other home. She can either take it inside and or mail it to you. So all sorts of things that we have available to help you out. So thinking beyond, if you plan to rent out your home too, that is actually an opportunity for you to own a home in the desert because there's a lot of people here that aren't just looking for short-term rentals, but they're looking for seasonal rentals. So let's say that you just wanted to be here from what most people, so the high season is January through March, and April is festival season. So a lot of people are here between the 1st of January and the end of April. That's kind of when most people are here, but there's still plenty of people who would like to rent something from October through December. And so they're usually willing, the prices are much higher than on a long-term sort of normal rental. And so you would have all of your stuff in there, so it would already be turnkey, ready to go. If you thought, hey, I'm not really able to afford to get my vacation home without a little bit of help, so maybe I have to wait. Well, instead of waiting and waiting for the prices to go up, and you can see in one of my more recent videos, I did talk about the prices just last year, one of the worst years in real estate for a long time, for over 10 years, was last year. Very few homes sold and the high interest rates and all the stuff. And we still went, was it 3.5% or 4%? We went up overall, right? So the prices are going to continue to go up. If it was something where you say, hey, I just want to go ahead and take advantage now, and then I can come down whenever I want to, I'll just block out those times and then I'll rent it out the rest of the time. That would be an option too. And there's a lot of homes that sell as furnished and or turnkey here because it was a second home. People don't want to bother with removing all of their items, all of their furniture and silverware and all that. They're like, just sell it with all of it in there because a lot of times people turn around and that's what they want. They're going to have to furnish that place anyway. So even if you want to change the furniture, it'll keep you going for a while until, and you can also take advantage of some of the other people I know, such as Angela Morris, who's a fantastic interior designer. So anyway, so those are my few tips and tricks. I'm going to take all of this information that's on the Facebook page and I'm going to put it down below. And so along with some of the other information I was telling you about, and I hope that answers a few questions as to how this can get done. One more question that I do get a lot is because, at some point escrow paperwork is going to have to be signed. Here in the Valley, all the escrow offices are already expecting 9 times out of 10 that they're going to be sending those docs somewhere else. So mobile notaries happen all the time here. So pretty much no matter where you are, we can help you buy your desert home. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. If you do like this content, please click like and subscribe. Of course, that always helps us. And again, I'd love to hear other questions that you have, and I would be happy to answer them. So have a great day.